Welcome back to the UK, Kofi. You're going to be back in just over a month for the WrestleMania Revenge Tour.
Yes.
How many trips is that now for you with WWE?
You know, gosh, I think it's almost like 8 trips, maybe even 10, because we're here like 2 times a year. I've been here now 5 years, you know, which is crazy because, you know, if you asked me in high school if I ever thought I'd be going to London, I'd say maybe once or twice, let alone like 8 times. But it's always a pleasure to come here, and we're looking forward to being here for the Revenge Tour.
Excellent, and you'll be here in April. That's just over a month away.
Yes.
Now, when you come over here, it's necessary to do a little bit of sightseeing, I suppose, isn't it? What's the most popular sightseeing choice with the superstars?
It's actually very funny because we normally don't get a lot of time to do a lot of sightseeing. Gosh, I don't think that I've ever had enough time in the UK to really do any kind of any sightseeing. To be honest, I mean,
we need to rectify that. We need to get over the party.
I know. I wish, and then of course, you know, with the whole jet lag and everything, by the time we do get time, people just want to sleep. So, you know, I actually haven't had a chance. Maybe this time will be different.
Let's hope so. We won't talk about pubs because otherwise you'll have hundreds of fans to stand on that. So it strikes me that the action in WWE at the moment is really top notch, especially really scintillating over the past 12 months, from Raw to SmackDown to Saturday Morning Slam, which you feature very heavily on, and NXT. It seems that there seems an indication, as far as compelling TV shows, that there's quite a few fingerprints of Triple H maybe over this as an executive.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's really the whole company as a whole. We're always trying to expand. I mean, there was a time where we didn't really come to Europe all that much, and now we come twice a year. Day by day, we are slowly taking over the television waves. I mean, we literally have a show on pretty much every day. I mean, between Main Event, Saturday Morning Slam, Raw, SmackDown, Superstars, NXT. We're always looking to expand, and it's really a testament to the WWE universe and just how, you know, how much they've gravitated towards us, you know, and how big they have made us and really kind of forced us to put on more shows. I mean, they always are asking for more WWE, so we're just trying to
keeps you and the other superstars very, very busy as well.
Yes, always.
Looking at British talent, you've had a few matchups with Wade Barrett recently. Unfortunately, you lost your intercontinental.
Oh, now we're going to talk about this.
No.
I knew it.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
You want to heckle me?
To lose all those championships, you've had to win a lot as well. So that's true.
You're right.
Looking at some of the other British talent in NXT, I don't know how familiar you are with the likes of Adrian Neville and Oliver Graham-Page. They're doing fantastic business.
Yeah, definitely. I actually got the chance to see Adrian. We just had a pay-per-view. Actually, well, Royal Rumble. We're trying to make it more like SummerSlam and WrestleMania, where we have the entire week, you know, doing things. So they actually had like an NXT tournament the day before the Royal Rumble, and Adrian was there, and I've always heard so much about him, and you know, I knew of him before he before he got signed with WWE. But to see him in person, I mean, he's very, very impressive. I mean, he does some incredible things, and that's coming from me. You know what I mean? So he does a lot of just like superhero-esque type things. He almost looks like a cartoon character with his just flips, and he makes it look so easy. So I think once he ends up debuting on WWE television, I think a lot of people are really in for a treat.
We all look forward to a potential match with Kofi Kingston, of course.
Oh, sure, I would love it.
Be no time on the mat, all the time jumping off the turnbuckle.
Yeah, I know. Both of us trying to outdo each other, so we'll see.
Now very sadly, Paul Bearer passed away just a couple of days ago. What are your memories of the legendary manager from
Well, Paul Bearer, you know, and obviously this is it's hit home for a lot of people just because he was just a very, very good person. And a lot of us got the chance to know him when he was kind of on the main roster for a while with Edge and Kane and that whole story that they had going on. And it just, what a presence, you know. Even with him and The Undertaker back in the day, for all of us who were fans, you can't imagine The Undertaker without Paul Bearer. You know, he made The Undertaker, really added to that whole persona, and kind of tied it all together. And you know, with the urn and everything, he was just a very special individual. You know, the way, who would think that a man could come out with this high-pitched voice, you know, and be scary. You know what I mean?
It's terrifying.
Yeah, as a kid, it was very scary to watch. But it's just a testament to how good of a performer he was. In terms of in terms of his persona backstage, he was just somebody that everyone always listened to. He was always trying to make people laugh and smile. He was always in high spirits, and just a very genuine and good person. You know, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about him, so he will definitely be missed by all of the WWE superstars.
It's obvious that by the Twitter tribute yesterday, he was held in very high regard by
Absolutely.
the WWE superstars.
Sure.
Now, WrestleMania is a few short weeks away now. Your opponent is yet to be determined.
Yeah.
We're all expecting you to be there, but I've got to ask you, Rock versus Cena, who are you backing?
Oh boy, Rock versus Cena. Gosh, oh man, this is going to be an awesome match first and foremost. For me, I mean, like I always grew up as a Rock fan. I used to have, in college, I used to have a Rock poster on my wall, you know what I mean? And now it...
Can you do the people's eyebrow, Kofi?
I can.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
awesome.
You know? But he's just so captivating in the ring. And for me as a fan, it's great to see him back, you know? And it's crazy to see him as WWE Champion. I feel like I'm a kid again, watching, and I'm doing it from, like, the absolute best seat in the house. But John Cena is, you know, he's our workhorse. I mean, how can I root against John Cena? He does everything.
John Cena.
I have to, you know, and it's so hard again, just because I was such a Rock fan growing up, and I'm still a Rock fan. But in terms of just, you know, paving the way for me while I'm here, John Cena has been everything. You know, he's on every single live event. You know, he does all this media. He does a whole bunch of you know, appearances with kids and all that stuff. Not that Rock doesn't do that stuff, but again, for me right now on the roster, it's very hard to root against the guy who I watch do so much. You know, and that's just what I see. So. It's going to be a great match regardless, and I think a lot of people are going to be on the fence. It's going to be, it's great that we actually get to be treated to this once in a lifetime match. You know, part two, just
the rematch of a lifetime.
Exactly. You know, it's just the way that the cards have fallen, and now The Rock as WWE Champion, which is very compelling. It's going to be a great match and a great WrestleMania all around.
Well, the WWE Universe is very lucky to have that match come around again. Speaking of the universe and the input that social media has in WWE TV, I think some of the way it incorporates that is some of the best on TV. But do superstars get competitive about who's trending and when they're trending?
Well, I think it's one of those things, we're always trying to be, being a WWE superstar, naturally you want to be in the limelight. So, you know, you're always looking at your followers and everything and just looking to see, it's like, okay, oh, well, AJ she's kind of creeping up, you know, she's creeping up. She's gotten like the most followers of any diva out there right now. And, you know, it's interesting to see like the rate at which people are, you know, climbing. So you always want to make sure that you're also climbing, because when someone like passes you, it's like, you know, it was actually funny because I was on Twitter before Cena was, you know, and at one point I had more followers than John Cena.
And I bet you let him know about it.
Yes, you know, I was proud of that. But obviously, you know, he's in the millions now, and I'm like I think 800,000 or so.
Just 800,000.
Well, you know, a modest 800,000. You know, if I do say so myself. But it's really it's cool. The whole social media thing is awesome because we get a chance to just you know, meet and talk to the people that actually make us tick, which we never would have been able to do. You know, there's a lot of positive and negative opinions out there, but that comes with the territory. As long as people are talking about WWE, in my mind, that's a great thing.
People are entitled to their opinion as long as they're engaged. That's
Indeed,
the main thing.
indeed.
Now,
and if you boo me and you insult me too much, I'm entitled to block you, and I take pride in doing that too.
Of course. Now, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon-Lebec recently signed up to Twitter. How awesome would it be, and what chances do you think if Vince McMahon joined the Twitterati?
Well, I think it would be really cool. There are a lot of Vince McMahon like parody sites out there, so it's almost like you know, this is what Vince McMahon would be like if he were to join Twitter. So I think a lot of people would really want to know kind of like what he would be like on Twitter. But I mean, he's such a busy guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's at every single TV running the show. you know, in the meetings and all that, and then even when he goes home, he's there in the main office. So I don't know how much time he has to be on social media, but again, I wouldn't put it past him because he's a workhorse.
It'd certainly be fascinating to have him on there.
Yeah.
Now, CM Punk, who you've had a few run-ins and a few teamings with over the years, where do you think he rates on the list of greatest WWE chaps ever?
Well, you got to put him up there. You got to put him up there for sure. I mean, in this day and age, it's so rare to be champion for even more than a few months, and for him to do it for over a year. You know, what was it, 434, 444 days?
I believe it's 434, I believe.
Yeah. So, I mean, how impressive is that in this day and age? You know, when you have such in my mind, the best athletes that you've had in WWE. You know, and with social media and just the media in general, everything is so fast-paced with technology. We're always trying to, you know, think about what's the next thing, okay. And so for him to actually be champion for that long, I mean, it's a testament, you know, it really is. He's, you know, you got to put him up there with some of the greatest, and his career is only just beginning. I think he's still going to do a lot of great things. When it's all said and done, he definitely will be in the Hall of Fame and definitely be one of the greatest of all time.
And he's got a landmark clash coming up at this WrestleMania with The Undertaker.
Oh yes, the best in the world versus the Streak. I mean, I know personally that CM Punk, he wants nothing more than to be the best of all time. You know, so how big of a statement would it be for him to be the one person to end the Undertaker's streak, the one person to beat Undertaker at WrestleMania? I know he's been training for this moment for his entire life, you know, and it's going to be a great match. I guarantee you that, and I know Punk is going to be doing his darndest to try and end that streak, but you can't. How can you bet against the Undertaker? You see, I mean, gosh, it's... The
odds are there, the experience is there, the stats are there.
Yeah, and the people that he's gone up against. I mean, Shawn Michaels, Triple H twice, you know. How many people has Undertaker gone through? How many great legends and Hall of Famers has Undertaker gone through to attain this streak? You know, Undertaker always brings his A game for WrestleMania. He's at the top of his game, so but Punk's at the top of his game right now too. So again, I think it provides for a great match for all of us who are going to watch.
You didn't have to interrupt Mae Young's 90th birthday party on Raw,
did you? Yeah, man, I thought that was kind of rude, especially, man. It was such a great spread. I mean, I got my cupcakes. I got my cupcakes before I left. I don't know if the camera saw that, but I wasn't going to let that food go to waste. I got my cupcakes,
no waste,
slice of cake, you know, trying to get my calories in. So yeah,
good. Now, one of the arenas that you'll be visiting when you're in the UK next month is London O2 Arena, and currently there is, I'm sure you're a fan of his work, is Justin Bieber.
Yes.
Now, there was a slightly unfortunate matter the other day where he came on stage very, very late.
Oh,
now, and it reminded me very much of the first rule in sports entertainment is make sure you're on time. Do you have any advice for Justin Bieber? Obviously, you're a fan of his work.
Well, yeah, I'm a very big fan. Actually, Zack Ryder is even a bigger fan. He's been at a group meet and greet for Justin Bieber. And actually, a funny story real quick. When I came to the hotel, at this very hotel, there was a bunch of people outside behind the barriers and everything, all waiting. And I'm always amazed how the fans know like where we're going to be. And I never know how they actually find out. So my first thought was, well, how did they know that I was going to be here on like media, you know? So, you know, I'm about to get out of the car, and luckily my rep informed me that Justin Bieber was staying at the same hotel. And then I look out in the crowd, and sure enough, it's like all teenage girls out there. It's like, okay, so these people are not here for me at all. I'm going to get out of the car and walk to my room. And thank God that somebody told me that it was, because I would have gotten out and then started to like wave, you know, and all these people would have just not made any kind of reaction at all, because I don't look like Justin Bieber, you know?
Well, one day you'll have more followers than him, I'm sure.
Well, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I am working on it. But yes, punctuality is key. As WWE superstars, we always strive to be on time. We're always told, you know, if you're not 10 minutes early, then you're late. Right. So shame on you, Justin, for being late and making these good people wait.
Not me, I didn't wait.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, thank you very
have
much
the Bieber hairdo going on. I see what you're trying to do.
Maybe
I see what
you
you're trying
copied
to
it
do.
off me. Yeah. Kofi Kingston, thank you very much for your time. We're good luck for WrestleMania, and we look forward to seeing you next month back in the UK.
Yes, and as do we. Tickets are still available, so check us out. The ticketfactory.co.uk. Bam.